85. Entry task 85, you guys. Okay, you need your whiteboards. You're showing your work for every single problem. Right, JTL? Say yes.
I don't have 85.
Entry task number 85.
I don't have it.
Refresh it. It's assigned. Okay, you guys, on problem number 2, on the entry task, I'm only going to give you one little hint. How many inches are in a foot? 12 inches in a foot. Okay, so that's what you guys are going to need to know for problem number 2. Okay, I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes to do the entry task. This should be a pretty easy one. Questions 2 or 4 are really easy, don't get confused. Okay, number 4, look at the answer that it wants you to give. It says almost a certain number of inches. Okay, so don't overthink it. Look at the picture that they show you and see which number it's closest to that they jumped, right? application facts, practicing those.
This is 12 inches, right?
That's all the help I can give you. Try your best and you will be alright. Hey, you guys only have a couple minutes left. I see a lot of you guys aren't close to being done yet. Those of you guys that are still working, if I give you 5 more minutes, can you get it done? Okay, 5 more minutes. If you don't know it, you guys just skip it. Go to the next one and then come back to it when you're done, if you have time, okay? Do the ones that you know first. Daniel, go back to your partner.
63, 7 times 10, 77, 77, 12 is 84.
Okay, 1 minute left, guys. Hey. If you guys are done, you need to submit it. Everybody else put away your multiplication facts. Okay, Rosa, put your writing away. You're not supposed to have that out right now. Okay, we're gonna go through the entry task. Number 1 and 3 had a glitch, so I already went through and graded those. Okay, we'll do our 100% after we go through it. I want you guys to flip your boards over so you can see your work. Okay, I went around and I checked some of your guys' work. A lot of you guys are just writing numbers down, and then it doesn't match the answers that you gave me, so that doesn't count, okay? I wrote the names down of people who just put in random answers, okay? If you're not gonna try during this, then it's not helping you, okay? You need to actually think about it and show some work that supports the answer that you wrote down. Does that make sense? Okay, so question number 1. Okay, let's go ahead and read through it together. Everybody on the word Steve, and go.
Steve wants to buy a BS
Compete in his town street sports contest. He set up a lemonade and cookie stand to raise the money. Steve sold lemonade for $1 per cup and cookies for $2 each. He sold 40 cups of lemonade and 20 cookies. How much money did he make? Okay, so what is this question asking you to figure out?
How much money did he make?
Okay, how much money Steve made, right? Okay, what is he selling in this problem?
Lemonade and cookies.
Lemonade and cookies. Okay, so he has lemonade and he has cookies, right? Okay, how much is the lemonade? $1 per cup. So I'm gonna put L equals $1. Okay. What about the cookies? What should I put for the cookies? C equals $2. Okay. So now I know how much money he's selling each item for. but how do I figure out how much money he made all together?
Said that he sold 40 cups of lemonade and 20 cookies.
Okay, so he sold 40 cups and 20 cookies. So I need to figure out how much he made on lemonade and how much he made on cookies, right? Okay, so Anna, what should I do?
You can multiply the 20 times 2.
Okay, so I can do 20 times 2 to figure out how much money he made for the cookies, right, Rosa?
And then
Okay, so 0 times 2,
0.
2 times 2. So how much did he make on cookies? $40. Okay, what about my lemonade?
40 times 1.
40 times 1, so 0 times 1, 4 times 1, 4. Okay, so he made $40 on lemonade and $40 on cookies. Now what's the next step that I should do? I add them together. Okay, 40 plus 40? 80. So what was the total that he made? $80. Okay, I want you guys to look at the work you did. Okay, see where you went wrong. Okay, did you figure out how much he made on lemonade first? How much he made on the cookies? And then you add those two totals together. Okay, if you didn't do that, does that make sense now? Okay, just read it sentence by sentence. He sold a certain amount of lemonade. He made this much money for it. He sold a certain amount of cookies. Okay, he made a certain amount for the cookies. Then you add it all together. Does that make sense? Okay, Giovanni, does that make sense? Okay, all right. Okay. Alright, question number 2. You guys haven't seen one like this before, but it should be pretty easy to figure out, okay? I told you that there's 12 inches in 1 foot, right? They want you to figure out, they gave you 24 inches. They want you to figure out how many feet that equals. So what should I do to figure that out? If there's 12 inches in 1 foot, but they're giving you 24 inches.
You would just see how much 12 times how much it is to see how much.
Fernando? Divide. Okay, so if you guys have 24 inches, okay, and we know that there's 12 inches, I'm gonna say this is 1 foot, right? Okay, so I'm gonna say how many times 12 goes into 24. And then that would give me my answer, how many feet that equals, right?
Yep.
Okay, so 24 divided by 12, how many times does 12 go into 24? 2. Okay, 12 is a multiple of 2. We know that 12 times 2 is 24. Okay, we have 0 left over, so that equals 2 feet. Okay, or if you guys are you need to see a picture of it. Okay, 12 inches equals 1 foot. You could count all the way until you get to 24, right? Okay, we know that another 12 is another foot, right? Okay, and if we added those together, that would give you 2 feet. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Okay, question number 3. Let's read this one together. You guys shouldn't be erasing your work yet. Okay, everybody, let's start on Mr. German. Are you ready? Sitting up nicely. Thank you. And go.
Mr. Garza has to cut out 1,224 balancing state. He has 9 student helpers. How many hearts does each student cut out if they share the work evenly? Enter your answer in the box.
Okay, what are we talking about in this problem? Hearts. Yeah, okay. They're getting ready for Valentine's Day. They're going to cut out some hearts, okay? And then he has some students that are helping him cut the hearts out, right? Okay, so how many hearts does he start with?
1,200.
Okay, and how many people are helping him?
9.
Rosa, you need to pay attention, please. Okay, so he has 9 students helping him cut out all of these hearts, right? Okay, how many hearts are they each going to cut out if they each cut out the same amount of hearts? How do I figure that out? Divide, okay? So I have 1,224 divided by 9, right? Is this how you guys set it up? Look at your work. Okay, I thought I saw some people multiplying, but we're not trying to figure out how many times they have hearts, right? Okay, we want to know how many hearts each person is going to cut out. Okay, so does 9 go into 1? No. Does 9 go into 12?
No.
How many times?
1.
Okay, so the 9 times 1? 9 times 1, everybody?
9.
Thank you. Okay, 12 minus 9? 3. Okay, and then I bring down the 2. Does 9 go into 32? How many times?
3.
Okay, 9 times 3? 27. You guys are quiet. I need to hear everybody. Okay, can I do 2 minus 7?
No.
Nope, I have to go borrow. 12 minus 7?
5.
Okay, and then I know that equals 0. Bring down the 4. How many times does 9 go into 54?
6.
6. Okay, 9 times 6?
54.
Everybody, what's 9 times 6?
54.
Thank you. And I have 0 left over, right? Okay, so my answer is 136. So each student cut out 136 hearts. Does that make sense? Okay, this is where you guys have to know your multiplication facts and you have to know how to set up your division problem. Because one little error, if you multiply wrong, then it's going to throw your whole problem off and it's not going to be right. Okay. Okay, and then the last one. Okay, it says a student entered a track meet to compete in the long jump. Entered the length in inches that she was able to jump. Okay, this one should have been pretty easy, right? What is this? What is this whole thing, you guys? It's a ruler, okay? And what do they measure in? Inches, okay? So it shows you that this person started down here, they jumped all the way to here, right? So we're in between the 9 and the 10, okay? But the answer that I gave you, it said how long did the student almost jump, right? So you want to know what number they almost did, right? Okay, so Viviana, looking at this picture, we know they went to the 9, they went past the 9. So which one were they closest to? The 10. Okay, that's all you guys had to do was just look at the picture and see where they landed, which numbers they were in between. Okay, does that make sense? Okay. All right, go ahead, erase your boards, put them away. I want you guys to get out your math packet that we were working on. It is set number 5. Ariana, you're gonna have to go grab one, and Jason because you guys are gone. Okay, set number 5. Yes, remind me before recess. Okay, quickly. Everyone needs to be on set number 5. Yes, German? No, we're going to go through it. Okay. Do you have an extra one, Ariana? Yeah. Okay, Daniel, you got one? Does everybody have a packet? Everybody should, okay? Fernando, will you get the light for me, please? Okay, so when we were last working on this packet, it was on Monday. What were we learning about on Monday? What were we doing with these sets before this one? We were doing decimals, Jose? We were kind of adding and subtracting, okay? Yes. We were basically just adding, but what did we notice about the denominators?
That they were the same, so we had to change.
And all of the denominators were either 10 or 100, right? So that made it really easy to get the common denominator. Okay, so set number 6, we're doing the same thing, and they're still giving us the missing numerator in the problem. Thank you. Okay, so it says,
Set number 5.
oh yep, you're right, set number 5, thank you. Okay, so it says enter the unknown numerator that makes the equation true. Okay, so the first problem we have 12 tenths plus 5 100ths equals something over 100. Okay, so how do I figure out what my numerator is for this problem? Who remembers? Anna?
You have to turn the denominator the same, so if you turn it, if you have to turn it into 100, you have to times 10, and you have to do 0 on top.
Okay, so we notice that this fraction 12 tenths has a different denominator than these two, right? Okay, our answer has to have a denominator of 100, so we need to make sure that this one has the same denominator before we can add it, right? Okay, so we have to change 12 tenths to have a denominator of 100. How do I change the 10 to 100? Times 10, right? And whatever I do to the denominator, what do I do to the numerator?
The same thing.
The same thing, okay? So then 12 times 10 equals
120.
120, yep. And you guys notice with the multiple of 10, you're just doing 12 times 1 and you're adding the 0, right? Okay, if you're not sure how to do that, then you can go over here and you can do 12 times 10 and stack it like that, okay? But most of the time, you're just adding the 0, okay? So now I have 120 over 100 plus 5 100ths. So now, Saul, what's the next thing that I should do? Okay, I just changed this to have a fraction with the same denominator. Now what do I do? Gabriella? What two numbers do I add? Yep, 120 plus 5. Saul, do you see that? Okay, so what is 120 plus 5? 125. Okay, so now my answer is 125 100. Okay, does that make this equation true?
Yes.
Yes, we just went through, we solved it, we know that that's correct, right? Okay, let's go ahead and do the next one. Okay, what's my next equation? I want you guys to say it.
3 10 plus 23 100.
Blank over 100, right? Jason, right? Okay, so which fraction do I need to change?
3 tenths.
Okay, and what's my denominator supposed to be?
100.
100, okay? You guys should all be doing this with me. Okay, how do I change the 10 to 100?
Multiply by 10.
By 10. And then I do the same thing to the numerator, right? Okay, 3 times 10? 30. Okay, so German, what's my answer? Now I have 30 100ths plus 23 100ths equals, how much? 53 100ths? Is that what you said?
53.
53? Okay, does everybody agree? Okay, 30 plus 23 is 53, right? Okay, so 53 100. Does that make sense? Is anybody confused or not sure how to do this? Okay, it's kind of the same thing as the other sets that we've been doing. Okay, let's go ahead, we'll go to the next one. Okay, go ahead and read my next equation. Everybody all together. Okay, so again, which fraction do I need to change? Yes, thank you, Saul. Okay, and it needs to have a denominator of what? 100, okay. I I change the 10 to 100 by times 10. And then I do the same thing to the numerator. 10 times 1 is, okay. So now I have 10 100ths plus 98 100ths, and what does that equal? 108 100ths. Okay? Pretty easy. Okay, who thinks they can do this by themselves? If you're 4, 3, 2, show me your numbers. I think everybody's like a 10. Okay. Okay, I will give you guys 5 minutes to just finish this page. Saul, you're a 2. So Anna, I want you to work with Saul. You're a 2, Jose?
No, I didn't have pencil.
Oh, yes, you can go sharpen your pencil. Okay, and then Rosa, I will come help you. Okay, 5 minutes, guys. Just stop when you get to the end of this page, okay? All right. Was anybody else a 2? Or did anyone else need extra help? German, you got it? Okay, check with your partner when you guys get done. Make sure you got the right answers. Okay, so same thing. We have 13 plus 13 100. Okay, so. Okay, you guys, some of these, the answers didn't give you the denominator. Just leave it as 100 like we've been doing, okay? Check with your partner then, see if he needs help. This one, you need to change it to a denominator that has 100 because it has a denominator. Okay, so we need to change it to 100. See if you can do the next one by yourself. Nope, because we're gonna go to that next. Just wait, Jen. Okay, you guys have about 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. Yeah, you can go find somebody to help. Yep. If someone needs help, raise your hand. There's people that are done to help. Gabriella needs help. Someone help her. Amelia, you got it? You got it. How's it going? Is it making sense? Okay guys, less than a minute. Jason, it's okay if you don't get it done. Okay. It's almost up. Alright guys, back to your seats. Okay, it seems like everyone's got this. This is pretty easy, right? Okay, Isaac, are you paying attention? Thank you. Okay, the only thing I'm going to recommend to some of you guys is when you're changing this, like the one fraction to have a matching denominator. Okay, so we change it, it's times 10, times 10. Sometimes it helps if you rewrite the problem below it. That way you don't get confused on which numbers you're adding. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So once you change it, go down here, write 30/100 plus 9/100 equals 39/100. Does that make sense? That way, there's no mistake of, oh, I accidentally added 10 plus 9 or 3 plus 9. Does that make sense? Okay, so just go rewrite it so it's neat and it's clean. Okay, is everybody ready to move on to set number 6?
Yes.
Okay, okay, this one is kind of the same thing. We still have a missing numerator, but what do you guys notice?
In the
There's no
front,
number.
not in the back.
Yeah, so the ones we were working on, we were missing the numerator on the answer, okay? But now I have to figure out what number was added over here to get this answer, okay? So who kind of remembers what we do for this one? It was the same thing when we were learning about adding fractions, right? Gabriella,
Don't you mind subtract?
George,
Subtract?
subtract, yes. Okay, so we have something over 10 plus 21/100 equals 91/100. So this is telling me that a number plus 21 equals 91, right? So I have to go undo this, right? Does that make sense? Okay, so I undo it by subtracting. Okay, so 91 minus 21 equals what?
7.
Okay, 1 minus 1 is,
7.
and then 9 minus 2 is 7. Okay, so now I'm left with 70 tenths plus 21/100 equals 91/100. Can I double check that?
Yeah.
To see if it's right, or Daniel, what do you notice?
That 7, it would have to be 70 or 100.
Okay. So Daniel's he's thinking of how we changed the 70 tenths. We had to change it to have a matching denominator, right?
Yep.
Okay, so Anna, what would we do?
Wouldn't you have to change the 70 into a 7? And then you have to multiply by 10 to get 1700.
Yeah. So we have to get this one back to its very original form. Does that make sense? This one's a little bit tricky because there's going to be an extra step in it, okay? If you guys double check this and you had 70 tenths plus 21/100 and you changed this to a denominator of 100 and you left this as 70, okay? That means that this number has to change. Does that make sense? Okay? So when you guys do your subtraction, you have 70/100 plus 21/100 equals 91/100. But this fraction has to have a denominator of 10, okay? So you're going to take the 70/100. How did the 100 become a 10?
Times 10.
But we're going this way, so we have to make it smaller, yes. So you have to divide by 10 and divide by 10. So 70 divided by 10 is 7. Yep. So then your answer is going to be 7 tenths. Does that make sense? Or a way you guys can double check it is just, we know that our first fraction is 70/100. We need to have a denominator of 10, just cross off your zeros, okay? It's the same thing as divide by 10, divide by 10, okay? Does that make sense? That one's a little bit, it has an extra step, okay? Let's try the next one together, okay? So I have something over 10 plus 7 100ths equals 137 100ths, okay? So what's the first thing that I do to figure out what my numerator is? Okay, and I'm going to subtract 137 minus 7, right? I subtract my two numerators. Okay, and what does that equal?
130.
Okay, so now I have 130, but I know that my denominator is still 100, and I need it to be 10, right? Okay. How does 100 become a 10?
You divide by
Divide by
10.
10, and then I do the same up top. Okay, 130 divided by 10,
30.
13. Okay. Another way that I know that, if I look at 130 over 100, just take away my zeros. Okay, so now my fraction is 13 tenths plus 7 100ths equals 137 100ths. Okay. Now, if you guys solved this in the original form, now it would add up correctly, okay, when you change it back to 100. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you go double check it, just do it in the original form. Okay? Let's do another one. Okay, what's my next equation? I want everyone to say it and go.
24 10 plus 13 100 equals 53 100.
Okay, what's my first step?
You subtract.
Subtract my numerators, right? So 53 minus 13 is 40?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I have 4100, but my denominator needs to be 10, okay? So I divide by 10, divide by 10, 40 divided by 10, 4. Okay, and then I put that back in my original problem. So then 4 tenths plus 13 100ths equals 53 100ths. Okay, how's everybody feeling?
20.
Good? Okay, show me your numbers. 4, 3, 2. Okay, I see 1, 3, a 2. Okay, I will give you guys, you think you can do the rest of them in 5 minutes?
Yeah.
5 minutes? Okay, when you get done, check with your partner. Okay, Rosa, you needed help? Who else needed help? Saul, you feel good? Okay, Jason, you feel like you got it? Okay? Alright, so we have a number over 10 plus 74 100 equals 264 100. Okay, I need to figure out what that number is, right? So what's the first thing that you do? Subtract, I'm sure you don't want to. Okay, so go ahead and solve that. You're stuck? Okay. Rosa, do that. Alright, so we have. What's the first thing that you do?
It's very original form, so it's get it?
About 8.
check with your partner, please. All right, Elizabeth, where are you at? Alright, everybody back to your seats. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's go through a couple of these together. I just want to double check that you guys got it. Okay. Okay, Saul, did you finish it? Huh?
Yeah.
You did? Okay, did you double check with the partner? Yeah. Okay, so I have something over 10 plus 47 100 equals 247 100. Jason, what's step number 1? What do I do first to solve this? Okay, German, what's step number 1?
Subtract.
Okay, Jason, what's step number 1? Subtract. Okay, what am I subtracting?
226 minus 40.
247 minus 47. You're subtracting the numerators, right, Isaac? Okay, 7 minus 7 is?
0.
Okay, 4 minus 4?
0.
And then I just bring down the 2, right? Some of you guys got your subtraction wrong. If you get your subtraction wrong, your whole problem's going to be wrong. Okay, you really need to make sure you're subtracting the right way. Okay, so now I have 200 100s, okay? And I have to have a denominator of 10, right? So how do I do that? Jose, what do I do? Divide what? Which number? Okay, so 100 divided by 10, and then I do the same thing to the numerator, right? Okay, so what's 200 divided by 10?
20.
20, okay? Then I put that in my original problem, right? Okay, did everybody get this finished? Okay, does anybody have questions about it, or you're confused, you're not sure how to do it? If I give you the same kind of problems tomorrow, can everyone do it and get like 100% on it?
Wait, tomorrow we don't have school.
Yeah, you're right, we don't have school tomorrow.
Monday.
Okay, Monday. Maybe I'll give you guys a quiz on Monday and see who remembers.
Can we do a Zoom?
Okay, who did not finish their review yesterday? With the sub. That packet. Yeah, you guys had like fractions, you were comparing stuff. Did any of you guys get that done? No? Okay. We're going to switch. You guys go ahead, put away your math packets. Who's my paper passers? Anna and Analia. You guys want to pass these out for me? Hey, you guys listen up. Hold on a sec. Listen up. No, put it in your desk, please. Okay, put it away. You guys are getting a new review packet. This one's just kind of a fun one since you don't have school for the rest of the week. Okay, you can work on it with a partner as long as you are being quiet and working. If you're not working, you will do it by yourself. Daniel, does that make sense? Okay, go ahead. As long as you guys are quiet. Yep.